Do you know what this place is? No, it's not Croatia. It's not Lake Como either. And it's not Greece. This is the highly underrated country of Montenegro. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Shivaan and today I'm going to walk you through how to plan a trip or how to travel the beautiful, thrilling and affordable country of Montenegro. I'll primarily be talking you through a summer coastal trip to Montenegro, but be assured that that's not the only trip you can plan there. You can also go to Montenegro for some fantastic hikes and treks in Durmitor National Park in the north of Montenegro. It's beautiful. I will talk you through that a bit more at the end of the video, so don't worry. Also, if you haven't checked out my YouTube channel, go check it out because over there I make videos about travel, lifestyle, medical school and university. So if you like it, if you find it interesting, then definitely smash that subscribe button and join me for a lot more videos on me and my journey to becoming a doctor and exploring the world. So firstly, why Montenegro? Montenegro is a tiny, diverse and affordable country, home to clear waters, beautiful pebbled beaches and some charming old towns off the Adriatic coast. While everyone else is flocking to Greece, Italy, the south of France, Spain, it's your turn to explore this more underrated, more untapped and hidden gem of Montenegro. Now, when is the best time to travel to Montenegro? As I always say, in travel, season matters. So if you're planning that summer coastal trip, the best time to go would be the summer. So sometime between May and September. Now the shoulder months are better because you're avoiding the busy crowds of peak season. So I'd say around May, June is a good time, and September and maybe late August are good times as well. The temperature will also be ideal, ranging somewhere between 28 to 30 degrees at maximum and going down to around 20 at night. So it's the ideal weather for a summer trip. Not too hot, but hot enough for you to enjoy the water and the ocean. Now the fun part. What are the destinations you want to include on your trip? So when we went to Montenegro, we went for 5 days and 4 nights and we split this up across 2 different cities. So the first city we stayed at and the first city that you have to travel to is the unique but beautiful city of Kotor. Kotor is a beautiful seaside town enclosed by mountains, creating some of the most beautiful fjords south of Norway. The Bay of Kotor, it really reminded me of the classic picture of Lake Como as well, with small towns nestled around an emerald green body of water. There are many great activities to do while you're in this city, but there are a few that you definitely can't miss. So firstly, you definitely have to do a boat tour. One that will take you to the Blue Cave and a few other scenic destinations across Montenegro's Adriatic coast. I would recommend pre-booking a boat trip on a website like Get Your Guide or Viator to ensure that you book a reliable sort of a tour company or tour guide for your trip and to ensure that you don't get scammed. I'll drop the link to the tour we did down in the description below. The second thing you have to do is that you have to climb to the top of Kotor Fortress. It's around a 40-minute hike that gives you some of the most stunning views of this picturesque city. It's a chance for some amazing photos and I promise you it may be difficult, but it's a climb you will not regret. Ideally, I would recommend going around sunset for the best views. We got a little late, so as you can see the views are a bit dark. Finally, you must visit Kotor Old Town, the best preserved medieval old town on the Adriatic coast. You need to walk through the charming streets and then maybe grab a gelato or a delicious meal in one of the many amazing restaurants. So that was Kotor. Now the second city that you have to stay at is the more lively, bustling, beachside city of Budva. Budva gives you access to the most amazing beaches in the region and a lively, busy beachside city as well. Now, there are many great beaches around the area, so you can pick and choose, but the one we visited was Localrent Beach. And trust me, we did not regret it one bit. The crystal clear water, amazing views, the perfect place to relax, to swim, to do a bit of cliff jumping. However, do expect it to be quite busy in the summer because many people have the same idea as you to come and explore this amazing, beautiful beach. The second thing you have to do in Budva is a day trip to Sveti Stefan. Now Sveti Stefan is a beautiful little island archipelago of Budva's coast. I'm not sure if its current status, if it's just a site for visitation at the moment, or if it's a resort / hotel. It keeps switching, so I'm not completely sure. But anyways, you're not going to go on to Sveti Stefan. The thing you're more likely to do is to go around Sveti Stefan, so it's shaped like that, and there are beaches alongside Sveti Stefan, and these beaches are absolutely beautiful. They're pebbled, so the water is absolutely clear, even clearer than Mokrem Beach. It's surrounded by just some of the most beautiful coastline in Montenegro, giving you the opportunity for the perfect swim and chill session on the beach alongside jaw-dropping views. So you can have a beautiful swim with the beautiful little archipelago of Sveti Stefan in the background. Then of course you have to grab some fantastic meals and walk around Budva's old town and city. We had some amazing pasta, some great burgers in the old town, along with krempita, which is a typical Eastern European dessert. It was absolutely delicious. Between these two cities, you can also make a little stop in the town of Tivat. Now, I highly recommend this as we did it, but Tivat is home to some really nice and luxurious beach clubs for a pretty decent price. So you can go to one of these beach clubs and have a nice meal, dress up, and just walk around, and it's not going to cost you a bomb, but you get that, that feeling of the high life. Again, not too much of a price. It's absolutely amazing. So we went to Budva Bar. We chose that specific beach club, but there are more around there. After having a really nice meal at Budva Bar, we walked around the beach club a bit, and then we walked around the marina nearby and saw loads and loads of yachts, and that honestly made us feel like we were in Monaco or someplace. It was a really nice experience, and I think you can definitely find a couple of hours to do this. Now let's get into some of the practicalities of traveling Montenegro. Firstly, money. So the accepted currency in Montenegro, similar to most of Europe, is euros. So Montenegro is not too expensive, but it's not dirt cheap either. A meal would cost you somewhere between 7 to 20 euros, depending on what type of restaurant you eat at. And honestly, some places surprise you. A place that looks really nice could end up being quite affordable, but a place that is not that nice can sometimes be quite expensive as well. Do a bit of searching before you find the right place to sit down and eat at or have drinks at. Now in terms of the stays, find a place on booking.com or Airbnb. That's what I'd recommend. There are many nice hotels around there, but living in an Airbnb, honestly, it gives me the feel that I'm really, I'm really blending into the city. And it's a really nice experience if you go with a big group of people, which I would recommend if possible. Accommodation is also really affordable in Montenegro. We stayed for just around £20 a night, which is crazy for Europe. If you compare it to one of the Schengen countries, it's an amazing luxury, ironically, to be able to stay somewhere for £20 a night. In terms of transport, now you can use public transport, you can use taxis, but what I would recommend is hiring a car or renting a car, especially if you or somebody in your group can drive. Montenegro is a very drivable country. Everything's short distances away, but yet drivable distances away. So you can't walk between cities, of course, but they're really short drives, like 30-40 minutes, maximum an hour, hour and a half. And in terms of renting a car, I would recommend the website Localrent, because that's the one we used, and we had a pretty seamless experience. Remember, get insurance when you're renting a car. That's very important. Now lastly, visa status. This is an important point, especially if you're an Indian like me or someone who doesn't have a UK or US passport or any other strong passport. Obviously, if you're a UK or US citizen, you can travel to Montenegro without a visa for a certain duration of time. But the great thing about Montenegro is if you're a UK resident, not just a citizen, so I'm a resident because I'm a student here, you can travel to Montenegro without a visa. And even if you do need a visa for Montenegro, for example, if you're from India, it's an e-visa, so it's not too difficult. Now lastly, coming to Durmitor National Park. Now I've not done the trip myself, so I can't tell you too much about it in detail, but it's basically a great place for hiking, and it's one of the go-to destinations for avid hikers or trekkers or mountain climbers in Europe. It's basically about an hour north of Podgorica, the capital of Montenegro, where you're most probably flying. do. It's a great trip. It's very scenic. The mountains are very beautiful. I'll throw up some pictures and videos, so check it out. And that's another trip you can consider doing as well. Hopefully I'll do it some point in the future. I'll share more about it with you. That wraps up all the tea on Montenegro. I hope you found this video interesting. I hope you found it useful. I hope it helped you plan your trip to Montenegro in the future, because I definitely recommend going. Like I said, it's underrated, it's amazing, it's beautiful. Very few to no complaints about this trip, about this country. So plan your trip to Montenegro, have a great time. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a like down below, smash that subscribe button, and join me for a lot more videos. And with that, I will see you in the next one.